Hey everyone, Arglefump here, playing Hardy Boys, The Hidden Theft. In this video, we are going to talk to Lily's parents. That's where we left off. So this is her mother. I think her name is Mary Spencer.
Hello, Mrs. Spencer. I'm Joe Hardy, and this is my brother Frank.
Hello, boys. It's a beautiful day out today, don't you think?
I guess so. Do you think we could ask you a few questions about the theft?
By all means.
Can you think of anyone who might steal from Samuel Spencer?
Well, I might. I wouldn't have the slightest compunction about stealing from that man.
You realize what you're saying, Mrs. Spencer?
I realize full well. I also know that I am innocent, so I'm not afraid of drawing attention to myself, especially if it will call the dogs off of poor Thomas.
So you didn't steal from him?
Well, of course not, my boy. One can have a motive, but possess neither the strength nor the will to follow through with it. And anyway, when you think about it, isn't $200 million really a motive of its own?
I'll say.
Okay, so she's just saying super suspicious things because she's innocent. Right. I don't exactly follow that logic there, Mrs. Spencer. So what do you think of the victim? I know you think he's a jerk, but how much of a jerk is he?
What is your opinion of Samuel Spencer?
I suppose it would be impossible for me to convincingly lie about it. He's hardly my favorite person in the world. He is neither honest nor compassionate. I find him extremely disagreeable.
What about him upsets you so much?
Look, nobody's perfect. Some people are completely truthful in all they do, and this can make them seem harsh. Other people lie whenever it makes their life easier, and to offset this, they affect a sort of beguiling charm. Alone, either of these traits, while far from desirable, at least make the person tolerable to know. Samuel somehow manages to avoid being either honest or charming.
You think a person can be either charming or honest, but not both?
Oh, heavens no. There are many people like you describe. I simply believe there are many more who fail at either one or the other.
So basically she's saying he's a liar and he's a jerk. Okay, good to know.
Has he lied to you before?
Very little comes out of the man's mouth that isn't a lie, or at least a distortion of the truth. His lies are often lies of omission. For instance, he told Thomas before we moved here that he required no rent or compensation for our lodging. Since we have moved here, he has essentially kept my husband as an indentured servant. When Thomas expresses a wish to pursue a career or prospects outside of Samuel's domain, Samuel makes him feel guilty until he agrees to drop his foolish whims for something more practical. Of course, practical in Samuel's view simply means that which benefits him most. Not a pleasant man at all.
So it's possible that he faked the robbery just so he could get his brother arrested. He does seem like he's mean enough to try a scheme like that.
What can you tell me about your husband?
Thomas is a dear. I had long given up on marriage. I just thought I was one of those people to whom it would never happen. It isn't easy for a single mother, you know. I had resigned myself to the life of a spinster, but then I met Thomas. How two people of such differing character as Thomas and Samuel could be born of the same woman is a mystery to me. Thomas has been the father that Lily never really had. Lily was already in her teens when we married, and you would think that would spell trouble for him or her, or all of us, but he is such a tender and loving father to her that she couldn't help but be grateful he entered our lives. Thomas would never steal, never! I can tell you that with all the certainty in the world.
Can you tell me anything about your daughter?
Lily? Oh, she has been strong and resilient, as the young often are. We've been through a lot. She's taken to Thomas so much. These accusations really upset her.
Oh, yeah, and also, could I go on a date with her, pretty please? Come on, dude, I'm Joe Hardy, I really need a girlfriend, please!
Do you know anything about a small cross and what looks like a grave near the nurse's station?
No. Did it look like the work of a child? We did lose a cat near there last year. Perhaps Lily would know more about it.
Okay, so the final thing we can talk to her about is her past.
Can you tell me about how you came to Bayport?
Well, you are thorough, aren't you? I was actually born in Oswald, about 100 miles southwest of here. My family moved away when I was young, but shortly after my 17th birthday we moved back. I lived in Oswald until I met Thomas.
Thank you, Mrs. Spencer.
You're welcome, boys.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. Hope you're doing well despite the horrible
Hello
murder.
again, Mr. Spencer.
Wait,
It's
what?
Joe and Frank Hardy.
Boys, thanks for helping me out with that rather uncooperative police officer back there. Please, do come in.
Thanks.
Can I get you anything?
No, we're okay.
What can I do for you?
Well, you can answer some questions for us. How's your daughter doing? Is she doing okay?
So how's Lily doing?
I wondered how long it would take you to ask about her.
Not long.
I'm just concerned that all this might upset her.
She seems to be handling it all right. I'm not sure where she got off to at the moment, but I'm sure she won't be long.
Ugh, they misspelled two in that sentence. Yuck.
Is that Samuel's car near the front door?
Yes, that's his baby. He's had it since it came out, or nearly anyway. It was his first car, and he's never let go of it.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that old.
Joe!
Hey, I call him like I see him.
Your brother's right. It's a beautiful car. But in my opinion, it's more trouble than it's worth. Sam loves it, though.
I don't mean to disagree with you, Mr. Spencer, but I really don't think Officer Riley was being uncooperative. Really, I think Mr. Spencer, well, the other Mr. Spencer, was putting him between a rock and a hard place.
Of course you're right. I guess it just hurts to think of my own brother being so quick to think I would betray him, especially after all I've done for him.
All you've done for him?
What do you mean, all you've done for him?
I'd rather not get into it. Suffice to say, we both had a rough childhood. I probably got off a little lighter than he did, but I threw myself under the train for him more than once. So the fact that now he seems to have forgotten or even forsaken what happened is upsetting.
Yeah.
Why do you suppose that is?
Well, if I'm being honest with myself, I suppose I would say it's because he's so quick to turn on people himself, he thinks everyone else is equally capricious.
I found a cross at the old nurse's station. Do you know anything about that?
Can't say that I do. Maybe it's the gravesite of one of the help's pets.
Maybe. Have you ever visited the old nurse's station?
In the past, yes. I had to clean it up a bit. It was a much worse mess than it is now at one point, believe it or not. I boarded up the windows and doors to stop vagrants from using it as a flop house.
You can still get in there, you know. We think the thief may have spent some time there before committing the crime.
You don't say. I'll have to give it a visit, seal it back up.
I'd wait a bit. I think the police are going to need full access for a while.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Okay, so, talking to those two characters kind of took up most of the video. I thought that conversation would go, more quickly. Let's go back to the mansion here. I want to see where Lily is, if she's the one who knows about this grave. Last time we saw her was inside the mansion, so if she's not inside, then where could she be? I like how Frank and Joe are walking there, and Frank just keeps walking right into Joe. It's cute. There she is. Yeah, I knew she's not hiding. She's right here.
I don't think she wants to talk right now.
Wait, really?
I don't think she wants to...
No, but I want to find out about the grave, the mysterious grave and stuff. Oh, okay, well, maybe we can talk to,
I don't think he's in the mood to talk at the moment.
that guy. Nope. What about this guy? Officer Riley?
There's something we think you should see.
What's up?
We found a hideout. It looks like someone's recently slept there.
Where?
The old nurse's station.
Can you take me there?
Sure, let's go.
Walking like a normal person walks. Cool, so we're taking him to the nurse's station. and this is actually going to lead to a puzzle.
What do you think, Officer Riley?
This is good work. I would bet dollars to donuts this nest belongs to our culprit. It's a treasure trove of evidence.
Wait, really? It's just a random building in the middle of nowhere. But sure, yeah. Treasure trove of evidence.